Yo, what's up guys? It's Mixed here, and in this video I'll be showing you how I produce and arrange my beats after recording vocals. So it's important to add or subtract some instruments after recording the vocals. Now the reason is because you want your song to sound professional, also convey the right information to the audience listening to your songs. So let's say you're on a budget and you want to prepare jollof rice. When you go to the market, you don't buy bags and shoes. You only buy the necessary things needed for this jollof rice. So that is how you should treat your songs during the production stage. You make sure that every instrument that is being added work together with the vocals to make them sound as one. So I'm going to play the chorus of the song, and after then I will show you the instruments I added. Never go back to, I'm walking away from the blames that you've blamed me. Walking away from the lies that you've told. I'm walking away from the pains that you've caused me. Walking away, walking away. Yeah, you can hear how raw everything sounds. This is because nothing is mixed yet. The instrumentals are not mixed, the vocals are not mixed as well. I just did a little bit of tuning and EQing before dragging the vocals into this project. Now, the whole purpose of doing this is just to show you my process of creativity, how I produce and do my stops from scratch. You can watch my previous videos. The link is on the description on how I produce from scratch and also arrange my beat from scratch. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Also, click on the notification and like button to help grow the channel. So there are a few instruments I added during this process, but before going to that, I'm going to show you the first thing I added before these instruments. So this right here is the first thing I added. This is a sound I got from a video, so I extracted the audio, and let me play it for you so you can hear how it sounds. So this is just to give the intro a bit of character. The first instrument I played is an e-piano. I know this beat already have an e-piano, but I added another e-piano. So let's hear how it sounds. So the plugin I used for this e-piano is the Labs plugin. I used the preset Vintage Keys, nothing but cabinet. So that's the preset I used on this Lab plugin. And yeah, I used an EQ on the Lab plugin to shape my frequencies. I am using the high pass filter to remove 100 Hz, and I'm using the high shelf filter to remove 5200 Hz. So after that, I added a chorus plugin, and on the chorus plugin, I'm using the glimmering chorus. On the mix, I reduced the mix to 20% after adding this preset, so I reduced the mix to 20%. So let's hear how it sounds without these plugins, and I'm going to play it back with the plugins on. So that's what I did on this e-piano. The next instrument I added is this instrument right here. I used a stock plugin, and on this stock plugin I'm using the crystals and voices for this particular instrument. Let me play it for you so you can hear how it sounds. On this plugin, I'm using EQ to take the low end out. I removed 100 hertz, and I'm using a chorus plugin as well. And on the chorus plugin, I'm using the preset glimmering chorus, and this time around I'm increasing the mix to 100. So let's hear how it sounds without these plugins on. Now with both plugins on. So you can hear what this plugin is actually doing to this instrument. So that is the second instrument I added. So after then, the next thing I did was to duplicate this track, and I played a separate melody from the first melody. So let's hear how this melody sounds. So it's actually the same plugins I use, the same EQ settings and the same chorus settings. Like I said earlier on, I just duplicated the track, so there's nothing much. So I'm going to play a before and after using the EQ and chorus so you can hear how it sounds with and without it. So yeah, that is that. So after that, I added the next instrument, which is a bell instrument, and I used this same plugin, this plugin right here, to play this instrument. So let me play for you so I can hear how the bell sounds. So on this instrument, I used an equalizer to shape the frequency a bit, and I used the low shelf filter to remove 200 hertz, and also I used the doubler as well. So I'm going to play a before and after so you can hear what these plugins are doing on the instrument. Yeah, so that is what I did on this instrument. The next instrument I added is the strings, and I used this plugin right here to play this instrument. This is a stock plugin, so this is what I used. So let's hear how this strings sounds. So on these strings, I added an equalizer and I did some dramatic cuts. I used the low shelf filter to remove 530 hertz, and I used the high shelf filter to remove 4600 hertz. Also added the chorus plugin, and I used my glimmery chorus preset, and the mix is all the way to 100. After then, I added this plugin right here. This a reverb plugin. It's called Weather from OneNob. So I'm going to play a before and after so you can hear how this plugin is actually affecting the strings. So you can hear the plugin is making the strings to sound a bit inside. It's giving it this kind of 3D feel. So that is what I was actually going for, this sound. After then, I dropped the volume of the strings to be very, very, very low because I really don't want to hear it, but I want it to be felt. So that is that. Finally, the last instrument I added is the bass. The beat already have a bass playing, but I wasn't feeling the bass. I needed more depth, so that was why I duplicated the first bass, which is this, and I'm using the preset called the sub bass, and the duplicate is this right here. The preset I use is the deep bass on the duplicate. So I'm going to play the first bass and later on add the second bass so you can hear what this second bass is adding to the first bass. So you can feel the second bass is adding a little bit of depth to the first bass. So this was exactly what I was going for. So that is it.